If a woman greets you like this, she thinks you're a very good-looking older man. You notice the tone change. It's not just high, it's softer, slower, and somehow more intentional. You smiled back but missed what just happened. She didn't greet a man, she greeted a vibe. Women don't compliment looks the way men do. They signal admiration through tone, posture, and timing. When a woman greets you like this, she's already made up her mind. You're the attractive older guy in the room. You just don't realize what she really saw yet. Welcome to EMA, the place where high V value men come to get inspired to level up their style, own their love life, and take charge of their relationships. Sign 1, she holds eye contact before speaking. Even if just a second longer, there's a tiny pause before her words land. And it's not by accident. That half second of held eye contact, that's her scanning for presence. Not politeness, it's subtle, almost undetectable, unless you know what it means. Now here's where most men slip. They treat it like any other glance. They either look away too quickly out of habit or they freeze like a deer caught in charisma. Both responses break the moment because that look, it wasn't casual, it was a question. Are you aware of how you're being received right now the better way? Match it calmly. No need to over-deliver. A brief, steady return of eye contact says, I'm here, I saw that. It's not about dominance, it's about groundedness. Picture this, you're walking into a meeting room and one woman gives you a glance that lingers for just a beat longer than everyone else's. That's not random, that's recognition. The real power here is not in the stare. It's in what follows. Holding her gaze without turning it into a staring contest tells her you're emotionally present, and for women who value maturity and stability, that's gold. The only caution, don't misread every pause. Context matters, but if it happens alongside other signs, you're not imagining it. You're being noticed. Sign 2. Her voice tone drops slightly, soft, calm, almost flirtatious. You ask her something simple. How's your day? And her voice responds in a tone that's just different. Lower, softer, calmer. Almost like she's setting the volume for just the two of you. That shift, it's deliberate. Here's the mistake most men make. They think it's shyness, or worse, they don't notice it at all. But science backs this up. Studies in the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior found that women instinctively lower their pitch when speaking to someone they find attractive. It's subconscious, but it's real. Now, don't confuse this with mumbled small talk. That's not what we're describing here. We're talking about a specific kind of softness. It's controlled, intentional feminine energy. Dialing into masculine presence, it's how she brings the conversation closer without stepping an inch forward. Imagine standing in line for coffee. She greets the barista, upbeat and bubbly, but when she turns to you, her voice suddenly feels like it's wrapped in velvet. That contrast, that's the clue. What should you do? Don't raise your voice or crack a joke. Just ground your tone. Keep it low, warm and steady. That calm exchange builds trust, instantly caution. Not every soft voice is attraction, but when it's just for you and layered with eye contact or a smile, it's not small talk, it's signal sign. 3, she smiles with her whole face, not a polite lip, that tight-lipped, closed smile. People give out of courtesy. That's not what we're talking about when she's genuinely drawn to you. Her smile unlocks the upper half of her face. Her eyes light up, her cheeks lift. It's not just a mouth gesture, it's an emotional broadcast. But here's the slip-up. A lot of men assume all smiles are the same. They take any upward curve of the lips as a green light. It's not a real smile. The kind psychologists call the Duchenne. Smile activates the eyes. It's instinctive, not rehearsed. What happens when you recognize it? You'll stop trying to impress her and start responding to what's already happening. Let's play it out. You walk into a room and she looks your way. Her shoulders relax, her eyebrows rise slightly, and the smile starts from her eyes before it hits her mouth. That's not politeness, that's pleasure. The benefit, you become socially sharper. You begin to spot real emotion, which makes you more elegant in business, more relaxed in conversations, and more magnetic without saying a word. Now, fair warning, some people are naturally expressive, but when that full-face smile is triggered by you, especially when it seems like she wasn't expecting to enjoy the moment, that's your confirmation sign 4. She uses your name immediately, even if she just learned it You introduce yourself, maybe just casually, and within seconds, she's already using your name in the next sentence. That's not random, that's strategy. When a woman says your name quickly, it's a psychological anchor. She's personalizing the space between you, and when it's done early, it's a sign she wants to make the interaction feel more intimate, more memorable. What most men do wrong is assume it's just good manners. It's not, it's a deliberate move to stand out, to make sure you remember her by showing she already remembers you. Now here's the smart play. Don't overuse her name in return. That feels forced, instead time. It write once or twice naturally when it adds warmth or emphasis that shows awareness, not desperation. Let's put it in context. You meet her briefly at an event, say your name, and 5 seconds later she says, "It's nice meeting you, David. I've heard a lot about you." That little name drop, it's her testing the waters for a connection that feels more personal. The upside using names creates familiarity. Faster than any compliment, it builds rapport, especially in professional or social settings. But a word of caution, some people use names habitually. The key is timing. If it feels too soon, and just for you, there's usually something behind it. Sign 5, she adds a compliment disguised as a greeting. "You're looking sharp today," you walk in. And before you've said a word, she hits you with, "You're looking sharp today." Sounds casual, right? But that wasn't a greeting, that was admiration wearing a polite disguise. This is where most men drop the ball. They treat it like fluff. She's just being nice, but no. Women aren't careless with compliments, especially not to men they respect. When a greeting comes packaged with approval, it's rarely random. The mistake, responding with awkward deflection. "Oh, this just threw it on," that doesn't show humility. It shows you don't know how to receive recognition. Here's the better approach: accept it with poise. A simple "appreciate that," or even a warm nod, lets her know you're comfortable being seen. That confidence is far more attractive than a rehearsed one-liner picture. This, it's a regular day at work. You're walking past her desk, and instead of the usual, "Hey," she says, "Look at you dressed to kill today." That wasn't for her calendar, that was a soft power play, and she's watching how you handle it. The benefit: you'll start recognizing genuine validation, not just from women, but from colleagues, clients, even friends. And when a compliment is wrapped inside a hello, it's because she wanted it to land before you even had a chance to speak. Sign 6, she slightly adjusts her posture or hair as she approaches. Watch closely as she walks toward you. Her hand glides through her hair, or she subtly straightens her shoulders. It's not fidgeting, it's calibration. She's fine-tuning her appearance because she knows you're watching, or hopes you are. The common mistake. Men write it off as coincidence. She's just fixing her hair. No, she's signaling. These pining gestures aren't random. They're subconscious cues of attraction and self-awareness, deeply wired into human behavior. Here's the smarter read. If her adjustment happens right before she reaches you, not 5 steps earlier, not minutes before it's tied to your presence, she's preparing to be seen. Well, now visualize this. You're walking into a conference or casual dinner. She catches your eye from across the room, and just before she reaches you, she shifts her jacket, brushes her hair back, lifts her chin slightly. That's not about comfort, it's presentation done right. This becomes your cue to stay grounded. Don't rush to compliment, just receive the moment. The energy shift speaks louder than flattery. Is it always attraction? No. But paired with a direct greeting, eye contact, or that softened voice, it's part of a bigger pattern. And once you notice it, you'll start seeing it everywhere, especially in moments when you weren't expecting attention at all. In 7, she prolongs the hello into conversation without needing a reason. She says hi but doesn't walk away. She lingers, asks about something small, makes a comment that doesn't really need a reply. That's not small talk, that's a door. She's cracked open just to see if you'll walk through. Most men misread this completely. They think she's just being polite, or worse, they try to end it quickly so they don't seem eager, but that's exactly how you miss your moment. Here's what's actually happening. She's extending time, not because she needs to, but because she wants to. Women stretch conversations when they enjoy your energy, your tone, your presence. The greeting becomes an excuse, not the point. Now picture this. You bump into her at the store. She says, "Hey, I didn't expect to see you here," and then asks what you're buying, even though she clearly has her own list. That second question, that's the real hello. The benefit here isn't just romantic. When you recognize these subtle bids for attention, you become more socially aware, more patient, more in control. The trick, don't over-respond. Let the conversation unfold. If she wants to stay in it, she will. But if you rush past it, you're not just ending the talk, you're ending the opportunity that came with it. Bonus point, her greeting is a mirror. If it feels intentional, it is, you say hello. And she responds in a way that feels oddly familiar. Her tone matches yours. Her pace mirrors your energy. Her posture shifts just enough to feel like you're suddenly in sync. That's not coincidence, that's calibration. Most men never catch this. They think it's just good chemistry or a smooth interaction. But mirroring is one of the oldest nonverbal cues in the book when someone reflects you. It's because they're engaged and invested. Here's the difference. A casual greeting is transactional. But when her energy subtly echoes yours, she's creating alignment. She's pulling the tension down to your level or rising up to meet it. Imagine saying good morning in a steady, grounded tone, and she instantly mirrors that calm cadence back. It's not mimicry, it's recognition. So what do? You don't break the rhythm, you own it. Keep your energy controlled and steady. If her greeting feels intentional, it usually is. You'll find everything we touched on, tips, cues, even a few helpful resources linked in the video description below. No fluff, just what actually works. And if you made it this far, you're one of the real ones. Drop a simple "I saw it" in the comments so we know you're part of the community that actually pays attention. If this video opened your eyes to signals you've missed before, hit that like button. It helps more men like you find content that actually makes a difference. Subscribe for daily insights that sharpen your awareness, your presence, and your confidence. Share this with someone who needs to start seeing what's been right in front of them. And don't leave just yet. There's another video on your screen right now that takes this conversation even deeper. Click that next and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp, stay observant, and as always, stay ahead.